Hi, everyone. Hi, Umran again. Thank you for attending this webinar today. Today, in our webinar, we will be tackling a very important topic actually in the legal tech industry. It is about, making sense of all of the data that you've been including in your system in LEXZUR for the past, years that you've been using the system. Noting that there's quite a difference between the key performance indicator that usually law firms want to track, and the key performance indicator that in-house legal department they want to track. And you know what they say: what you cannot improve, what you cannot measure. This is why at LEXZUR we have integrated with a very important business intelligence tool. The job of this business intelligence tool is basically to query all of the data in the system, right? And basically to create specific KPIs that are of interest to the head of legal in an in-house legal department, or even a managing partner in a law firm. And but by default, these indicators, they we have a we have a big list of the indicator. It depends on the business value that every team leader wants to achieve, and this is where they decide on the KPIs. Now, there is a process that today we're gonna go into the process. How do we create our KPIs? How do we decide on our KPIs? And basically, how to visualize them in LEXZUR. It's amazing how things are going so fast when it comes to making sense of the data, making the life of the lawyer easier and easier each day. This is what's driving all of the developments at LEXZUR, basically to say, or even to reach a place where it takes less time from a lawyer to achieve more tasks during his busy schedule during the day. Now, we have a structure for this presentation today, or for this webinar. We will make sure to show you firsthand a mock-up business intelligence tool that was implemented for a law firm and for an in-house legal department. Umran will take us through the whole process today, and we will be asking, of course, a lot of questions as usual during these webinars. So Umran, I'm going to pass it to you now. Let's go.
Thank you, Hussein, and good afternoon, everyone. So for our agenda today, we will start by understanding the BI tools. And as you know, business intelligence, it refers to the process of collecting, analyzing, and visualizing data to enable informed decision-making within an organization. It could be a law firm, an in-house legal department, and so on and so forth. And of course, this tool aims to provide actionable information by analyzing the business data, where it bridges the gap between the data that we have and the decision making. Of course, this will empower it will empower executives, managers, and other stakeholders as well. Now, in our legal spectrum, this tool helps us extract actionable insights from case data, contracts, and regulatory information. And of course, as we all know, legal professionals deal with a vast amount of case-related information and contracts. So visualization tools will allow them to create compelling visual representations of case trends, patterns, and to assess the team productivity as well. And now, Hussein, I'll tell you about the key benefits of having a BI tool for legal professionals. And as we all know, the BI tool goes beyond mere simple data visualization. They empower legal teams to operate more efficiently, make better informed decisions, and of course, enhance the client service when it comes to a law firm. And here's why business intelligence matters in the legal sphere. So first of all, we will have efficient decision making. So of course, any BI tool will allow legal practitioners to analyze data from various sources like case records or contracts as well. And by visualizing trends and patterns, lawyers can make informed decisions swiftly because they have data and they have numbers. Second of all, when it comes to a law firm, they will understand their client needs better. Since business intelligence enables legal professionals to gain deeper insights into the client behavior and the preferences. So they will know who are their most valuable clients, what services they are seeking the most, and so on and so forth. So BI answer, of course, these questions. We have also the operational efficiency, since BI tools help allocate resource efficiently. So for example, the BI tool will optimize the lawyer workloads based on the amount and the urgency of work. So I can visualize each user or each lawyer, how much work does he have? And based on that, I can divide the work equally between all the lawyers in my law firm or in-house legal department. And finally, for profitability and financial insights, of course, BI assesses overall practice health. It includes the revenue, the expenses, and of course the profitability, and it goes beyond basic account reports. And of course, it will evaluate the individual lawyer's billable hours, for example, the realization rates, and the contribution to the firm revenue for each lawyer.
So, in other words, Amran, in other words, let's say I'm a law firm and I want to dig deeper into my billable hours, right? And to really understand where does all of this effort is going, right? We can even drill down into the type of billable hours and make sense of this of this big data, right?
Of course, I can filter by a specific date. So, for example, for the month of March, how many billable hours I have based on each user, based on the type of this billable hour, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. Do you want to start, showcasing all of this and the new? We're interested. We really want to see what did you prepare for us. So let's go.
Of course, but before doing so, I want to walk you through how we build dashboards in LEXZUR using this BI tool. So first of all, clients need to provide us with their requirements, and of course, our team will take charge of building the custom dashboard based on their needs. Of course, data is gathered from their system, and then it's transformed to appealing visualization to meet the data need in the shape of graphs, tables, charts, and so on and so forth. So this depends on the type of data and how the client wants to visualize it. Of course, our dashboards as well are intuitive. So lawyers or the legal staff can explore data without any technical expertise. Also, we have filters for such visuals. So we can filter by a specific date, by a case type, SLA rules, and so on and so forth. And moreover, this BI tool allows us to visualize data in real time. So in case I just receive a request now, I'll be able to visualize it on my dashboard.
Amazing. So it all starts with with one interview with the legal team. So because at the end of the day, legal teams they know what they want to measure, and then our support team, they come and they ask the right questions to the right managing partner, to the head of legal. What do you want to measure? Why do you want to measure it? How frequent do you want to see it? And this is where the whole story begins, right? And then we start building this business intelligence tool for these legal departments or law firms based on their really the value that they want to show from their numbers, right?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So, yeah, now if you allow me to share my screen and to show you the mock-up business intelligence dashboard that we created.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the custom dashboard that we created for this webinar. And Hussein, if you can let me know if you can see my screen now, so
I can see. I can see. So I can see contract per status per type, contract
100%.
per collaborator per status. So let's dig deeper into each one of these, indicators, and let me know what did you do exactly here.
Yeah. So for example, for the first widget, which is the contract per status per type, this widget will allow me to see for each contract type that I have the amount of requests received or added inside my system. And of course, more than that, I can know the workflow status or the status of each contract. So for example, for the POA type, I have 4 contracts that are active. I have one that is under signature and one that is under approval. So basically, by just visualizing this, I can know a lot of information about the contracts and the workflow status inside my system. Moreover, Hussein, to move forward with the second widget under contracts, which is the contracts per collaborator per status as well. So as you know, inside LEXZUR, there are collaborators working as well on contracts. So they will be approving, signing, and so on and so forth. So from this widget, I can know each collaborator inside each collaborator and what are the contracts that they are working on as well. So for example, Stefan here is collaborating on 5 contracts, and as you can see, their statuses 4 are under signature and 1 is under filing and drafting. The same goes for Marva and John as well. And if I want to dig deeper with the information related to them, I can simply right-click on it and drill to detail, for example, by John Smith. So I will see all the contracts that he is a collaborator on with all the information needed. So I can get the contract ID, I can get the name, the approval status, the client name, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, by just doing some simple clicks, I can know a lot of data or a lot of information about these contracts.
Amazing. So the drill down capability is a very important capability in this business intelligence tool, because it allows the user basically to just go deeper and deeper in each chart, which allow them to know better, and to make more informed decision. Okay, that's
100%.
amazing.
And this
What
is
else?
very efficient. This is very efficient for managers, for the management in general, because by simple clicks, they can know a lot of information about it. Okay, for contracts, I have also this widget. So it's the approved contracts per type. And this widget will allow me to know the approved contracts inside my system based on its type. So for example, here I have 3 approved contracts that are related to NDAs. I have 1 related to KYC, 2 related to the general employment contract, and so on and so forth. And of course, I can drill to detail as well.
Yeah. So one of the good things of having one of these charts is basically to say these contracts are being requested a lot. You should be using templates and not using specific ones. It will help maybe take a decision about which contract templates to automate and which contract templates to just leave it without even automation. So I think this is one of the business uses of this indicator.
Correct.
Yeah.
So moving forward now, we have, of course, other widgets related to corporate matters and litigation cases. So the first one is related to cases per type per client. So here I can know information about my clients in the case of a law firm. So for example, here I have the type insurance, the litigation cases of the type insurance, and I can know who are my clients that requested having the litigation case. So as you can see here, I have two litigation cases related to advanced solutions, one related to Alva Agency, one related to Albert Insurance, and one which is related to ABC Company.
Amazing. So yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful view of how you see, your litigation cases types and per client.
100%.
Amazing.
Yes, 100%. And as you can see, Hussein, if a litigation case doesn't have a client, so by mistake, the client name wasn't added, so it will show you as unspecified. So here I have one intellectual property with an unspecified client. So here I can, from this visual, I can enter it directly from here. I can drill by detail
can you show us?
Go directly to the matter.
Amazing.
Here I'm inside there, and I can now add the client name directly from here.
Amazing. Yeah.
So no need to search for anything.
That's alone. This is one. It's a very good business use case to identifying which matters needs to be assigned or needs to be handled properly.
Correct.
Cases per current stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this pie chart will show you each litigation case and on which stage it's now on. So I have 4 under the appeal court. I have 3 under the execution, 3 under the first instance. I have a lot of unspecified stages, for example. So from here, I can know that I have missing data inside my system, and I need
Someone is
them out.
not doing his job correctly, right?
100%. And of course, Hussein, for the bar graphs, I have the option to zoom in and zoom out
Whoa.
as well. Yeah. So if there's something that I don't need to see, I can simply zoom in and it will disappear.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
Yes. And
Okay.
now I want to move forward with the billing section
Yeah.
in this dashboard and show you some KPIs related to the billing module as well.
Yeah.
So here I have a simple widget, which is a bar graph related to the credit note amount per client. So here, if I have some clients that I'm adding credit notes to, they will appear here with the amount as well.
It doesn't
More
have to be only credit notes. It could be
no,
invoices. It could be whatever we
yeah,
want, right?
of course. It depends on the client's need, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I have 2 KPIs, one related to the total time entries logged inside the system. So as you can see here, I have currently 23 billable time entries and I have 4 internal time entries. So I can drill by detail. I can know the case ID for these internal time entries or non-billable time entries, and I can know a lot of information about them. As you can see here, the status is internal and they are non-billable as well. The same goes for the billable time entries, so
Yeah.
I can drill by it. And what's amazing here, Hussein, is that I can use the filter date and I can filter by a specific date. So if I want to know the total time logs for the past month, I can simply add the filter, specify the dates, the from and the to date, and I can get instant results.
Amazing.
And this is as well related to the internal versus client expenses. So here I can know all the expenses inside my system that are related to my clients and the other related expenses.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So what else do we have? Do we have any other KPIs today?
Yeah. Now I have some KPIs related to corporate matters. So as you can see here, I have 3 widgets related to them, and they have rich data, and I can have a better decision making from these widgets as well. So let me start first of all with the breached matters. As you know, for in-house legal departments and law firms, some of them use the SLAs. They set rules related to the SLAs, and of course, they want to know what matters are being breached and so on and so forth. So this card widget will show me all the breached matters inside my system. So simply by clicking on drill to detail, I can know the matters being breached. I can know the actual time spent. So for example, let's say I've set the SLA to be 1 day. Here I can see the actual time spent on it. So for example, the first one, I spent 2 days and 3 hours on it. And it will show me which SLA rule was breached. So the first one, the work in progress rule was breached. I have a breach on the new request as well, as you can see. And of course, it will show me the SLA target. So the first one has a 4 hours target. The other has a 1 day target.
Mm.
And of course, I can go directly to the matter directly from here, as I showed you before.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the other KPIs, I have the matter lifecycle average turnaround, which I see as a super widget and a must-have KPI for any in-house or law firm, because it will show me the life cycle for the matter from the moment it enters the system to the moment I am done with it. So it will calculate the average time it takes from the start till the end of the matter. So I can see here the performance of the lawyers inside the law firm or the in-house legal department.
we can, if you want, in-house legal department can highlight the quality of their service to other business
100%.
units
100%.
in the company. It's not
Yeah.
about only, this indicator should be really, really agile. It should really be up to the expectation of the management. And it's a good indicator, as you are saying now, because it really helps the management. They can tell whether they are doing what they are meant to do or not. In the pace or in the speed that is designated from the higher management. That's amazing. So we can control the effort. We can control the efficiency
Yes.
out of these
Correct.
key performance indicators. We now know, right? We now know what are where we should improve, where we should enhance, because we simply measured all of these efforts, right?
100%. 100%. And I have one more widget related to the KPIs, which is the matters average turnaround time, which calculates the average time for each SLA rule. So, for example, the work in progress, it's taking me 3 days and 6 hours on average. Whereas once I defined it as 1 day. So here I have two questions. It's either I don't have enough resources or I have a ton of work that's not being done. Yeah, and the BI tool answered this question for me. So here I know that I need to allocate more resources. Basically, yeah, I need to allocate more resources.
Amazing.
Amazing.
That's amazing, Omran. It's really insightful how to see all of these numbers, and you can imagine how an in-house legal department or an in-house legal manager will be happy seeing all of this in front of him.
Of course.
In this way,
Yes.
Do we have any other KPIs, or that's it for today?
Of course, we can have more KPIs, but they are not ready for on this dashboard. But I can tell you about one more KPI, which is related to the breach percentage. So now I have the breached matters. I can create another widget, which is the breached percentage. So let's say I have a rule that I can't exceed a 10% or a 5% breach per month. And this widget will show me if I had a breach for more than 5 or 10% based on what I've defined. And I can make a decision based on the numbers that I have.
Yeah. That's amazing, Amran.
Yes.
Thanks for all of this insight today.
You're welcome.
So how to summarize all of this? If you want to just, in 2 sentences, if you want to summarize all of this information, we kept it simple today, just not to bombard everyone with more information. But how do you summarize all of this today?
Okay, now to summarize it, data is essential, and to have tools to transform this data into visuals that anyone can understand. This is much needed now. Now in this era, of course, in the era of technology and in the data-driven era, we need such tools to have to simplify our work, make it more efficient, and to make decisions based on data and not on assumptions.
Amazing. Thank you, Amran, for all of the insight today. It was amazing. It was really interesting to see all of these numbers and KPIs and drill down in one place. Our dear attendees, you can put all of your chat in the chat box, and we can answer all of your questions. Let's see if you have any questions today. We still have 6 minutes, so we're gonna have 3 minutes assigned to the Q&A. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are interested in knowing how we can do that, you can just